few years ago, you could say no one and everyone owned the Central Arctic. But with oil and gas on the line, the countries surrounding it have laid claims. Russia is claiming right up to the North Pole itself.
Come to slow ahead if it's possible there.
Captain Craig Feeney trains navigators in Glasgow now.
Thank you.
But, as he told me, 14 seasons in the Arctic means he saw thawing ice spark interest from powerful nations.
So this is a chart of the Canadian Arctic. As tensions get worse, it's quite possible that Russia might just decide to say, well, we're going to start having vessels patrolling it here. And the Russians have quite a large fleet of purpose-built icebreakers. I believe 8 of the icebreakers are nuclear-powered, but they have an whole fleet of other icebreakers and ice-strengthened vessels. And they have the infrastructure to actually patrol that area. If they wanted, they could say, well, no one can come through here. This is ours. We look at the top of Greenland. It's quite possible that there could be vast subsea resources.
Those resources, exposed by a changing environment, are transforming the scene all around the Arctic Circle.
No one owns the Central Arctic. So we could, and some more excitable commentators have talked about, a gold rush, an oil rush in the Arctic. So we're expecting there to see great power rivalries played out, particularly with the resurgent Russia and a very interested China.
But China's focus on Greenland hit a snag. Plans for Chinese companies to buy a naval base and build an airport were rejected. Despite that, the moves by Russia and China are altering the picture.
It looks like a race to me, but we're looking 30, 50, 70 years out. There's a longer time horizon, depending on climate change, but certainly it's a race. And even more intriguingly, of course, for a country like the UK, we've just reaffirmed our commitment to a 10-year commitment for our Marines in Norway. We have our soldiers in Estonia. We're certainly, as a member of NATO, watching the Russians very carefully.
Britain's Arctic interests have been reaffirmed by that commitment, their regular training in Norway developing into a pledge to send 800 commandos. Their job, perhaps, to give Russia pause over any territorial claims. But Russia's looking at other ways of exerting influence. The United Kingdom is echoing the mix of military and civilian investment Russia is making. Captain Feeney's role at the City of Glasgow College proves that. In a specialist 360-degree tanker simulator, he aims to train the next generation, giving them the skills they need to pilot through Arctic ice sheets.
There will be an awful lot more activity taking place, shipping activity taking place in the Arctic, both militarily and civilian. We have cruise ships that are very interested in going up to the Arctic, of course, and we have to train the young navigators at an early stage, even at cadet level, to be going into the Arctic.
5 simulation suites give a highly realistic experience of navigation in all conditions.
I've never navigated in the polar region, but it gives me the opportunity to see what it would be like. It gives me the chances to know how I would do it, for example, knowing the speeds you have to go at, all the different cautions that I have to take, and the dangers I need to look out for that don't apply when you're just in normal, even close quarters, restricted waters or anything.
It's always going to be a difficult place. If you can look at Arctic exploration, and in general it's crazy. Even just getting a ship up there I think is amazing.
Climate change will open up the Arctic like never before in the coming decades. The race to stake a claim is testing international relationships between nations who already have competing interests around the world.